G'day, welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Big Man Eggward. He says, I listened to it during my 4 p.m. dick flattening. It really makes the time fly by.
Do you reckon he uses an iron to flatten his dick?
Maybe a
I'm
vice.
thinking more of a rolling pin.
Oh,
no, surely a vice,
perhaps.
right?
That would hurt. That'd hurt. You gotta like pinch it.
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever flattened chicken breast for cooking, but I imagine
don't
something
you
like
like-
that. He just
Yeah,
puts
you like smack the shit out
It
of
has
it,
a
right?
tenderizer.
he puts his cock in between 2 sheets of baking paper and just fucking hammers it with a mullet.
and then he rolls it.
Or a mallet, rather. Not a mullet.
He
Obvious.
just pulls out a fish and starts whacking it.
I mean, that,
Actually-
Or a hairstyle.
I actually dropped an iron on myself once.
what
on your
really?
dick?
Mason's on the show. Hello, everyone. Mason, how you doing?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Yeah. Do you want to go
So you
around?
dropped an iron on yourself once.
Do you want to go around and introduce
No,
everyone
you just
first?
you
Go for it, mate.
You share your little moment.
Yeah, so I dropped an iron on my chest. I was playing hide and seek, and there was like the iron board. And I was like moving out of the way, and I was picking up the iron so I could like hide in the top corner of this room. And I picked up the iron, and it slipped out my fingies, and then dropped on my chest.
Was it on?
No.
It was on. It was steaming
Oh my
hot.
god!
And
Oh, slippery fingies.
for like 2 weeks straight, I thought I was going to have like this scarred burn on my chest, but it actually healed really well. And I couldn't shower
nice.
for like a week properly.
Oh,
Oh,
Fuck
God.
that.
you're a stinky boy.
Yeah, I
Stinky
was.
fingies,
I
huh?
was.
Swagger Souls is here too.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. You have an anecdote that's equally impressive, or
I've never dropped an iron on myself, no. I did stick my hand on his stove when I was 9 years old.
Oh,
My
Toby's here.
dad yelled at me.
your dad yelled at you before you put your hand on the stove, or
No,
after? Was it a
immediately after.
reactionary?
He was cooking. He was cooking food. And I just fucking put my hand on the stove because I was like, what's this? I put my hand on it. I started screaming. And he's like, why the fuck did you do that? And that just made me cry more. But then he
I did that
consoled
as
me
well.
after.
That's how you learn about heat as a child. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
gotta figure it out.
Burning yourself.
and then you go, Dad,
Oh,
you're
there.
hot, hot, hot. You know what I mean?
Toby's here.
Hello. I'm here.
What?
No,
You call
no
your dad
anecdote
hot,
from
hot,
me,
do you?
guys. I'm
Nice.
a
Oh, I was
Lone
actually
Ranger.
looking to address that thing you just said about you calling your dad hot, hot, hot.
No, I was calling Swagger's dad hot, hot, hot.
Oh, he'd appreciate it.
That is fair enough.
Hello, Mr. Souls.
Hello.
You're hot, 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 mate. There you
You've still
go.
got it, Mr. Souls.
You've still got it.
Matt's here. G'day.
G'day. I don't think I've
You ever
dropped
touch a
anything
stove?
on me. I burnt my hand on the
Ever?
oven door, but
On an
Have
oven
you,
door?
have you ever
like when
dropped
it's
it like
open,
it's
they're like
hot?
pulling something out of the oven. You're like, oh, I want to see. It's like that. Yeah, like you said, that one time every kid's got to like burn themselves once to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I crawled into a deep fryer when I was 7. Hi, I'm Fitz. I'm here too
Yep.
on the show.
He's got
Yep.
disgusting, burnt, blistered legs from jumping into a deep fryer when he was a child.
That's right. Everything else about me miraculously survived. I coated myself in a significant amount of oil, which kind of just popped and bubbled.
Yeah, you may
The
you may
legs,
notice that
however.
he never wears shorts. That's why
Well,
he doesn't want to show the
He wears
blisters.
shorts. I actually wear shorts all the time.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram photo. You looked very nice in that.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
aye.
I will say, and this is just a returning compliment that's
Oh.
heading your way, so get ready to catch it.
Okay.
You're looking very, very nice as well.
Oh well, hey, thanks.
Yep.
Yep.
And everyone on the show,
Yeah,
just
everyone
for
else,
that
fuck
matter, is
off.
looking very nice. You're all
Welcome back to the Fitz and Toby show, bitch.
we just compliment each other the entire time, and our
That sounds like my kind of podcast.
fantastic. Well, guys, it's been an interesting week. You
It
know,
has.
Has
seven,
it?
7 days have gone past, and let me tell you, they were all 24 hours each.
Yeah.
Shit, no way.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
As if.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought-
it's happened again.
I thought days went for like 1 hour.
No, well, it might feel that way sometimes when you're having as much of a ball as we are, but they were actually 24 hours long, and plenty was happening in each of them. So, would anyone like to share what they've been getting up to in the last week?
I've
No.
started Minecraft speedrunning
Oh,
on
really?
Twitch. Yeah,
Oh.
it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
fucking, it's what?
As in, that's when you try and like beat the game. In
Yeah,
like,
in an
as
hour.
quick of a time as possible.
I'm trying to go for a
In an
sub-hour
hour?
run. Yeah.
Oh my god!
So
He's
the-
he's contesting with Kobe at the
yeah,
moment.
dude, Mason's brother Kobe. he's been streaming it. He got it in 53 minutes and 53 seconds. And
No
I've
shit,
been
he
trying
did.
to beat it. It is tough. It really
Yeah.
changes like how you play the game. And I played it for a while, but like the strat is you spawn, you need to find a village, you get like 7 beds to kill the dragon in the end, and you carry the beds with you the entire run. You grab hay bales to make food that'll last you the entire run. And then you kill the iron golem to get like 4 to 5 iron to make a flint and steel and a bucket. And then
is there a way to simply befriend the iron?
no,
golem?
you
Not
got
kill
you
him?
got to kill him. You got to kill him for the iron.
Does an iron golem have a penis?
It's
Doesn't
on his
sit right with
face.
me.
Mm.
It hangs off his
Oh.
face.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a
Imagine
weird
that.
anatomy.
That's
That'd be-
bizarre.
that-
Has
yeah.
Oh, wait.
That-
If he's got a penis-sized nose, maybe that means he has a nose-sized penis.
Possibly, maybe that's why you can't
Oh,
see him.
Dorito dick.
Maybe it's a would you rather question, you know? Someone asked him, would you rather have a penis-sized nose or a nose-sized penis? And he said, well, penis-sized nose.
Maybe it'll make me smell better.
Yeah.
Maybe
From
he's
there, you just have to get a water bucket, find a lava source, make another portal using the speedrun strat, and then you go in, you find a fortress, you get the blaze rods, you dig gold, you give gold to the piglin things, and then they give you ender pearls, and then you make your eyes, you go to the end, you drop in, you go, kill the dragon with beds, and that's the loop. But god
Yep.
damn it, it is really hard because everything can go really well for like the first 15 minutes, but as soon as you get to the nether, it's like you can't find a fortress, runs over, or you go to you find a village and something fucking goes wrong, you only get 3 iron and it's a rip run. It is very
Oh, yeah.
painful.
You know what I just realized as
What?
you were
What's
explaining
that?
all that? The new feature they added where you can give the piglins gold and they will give you an item back. Low-key just gambling.
It is.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it until now. It was kind of just like, yeah, Minecraft just straight up added gambling.
It's all part of their year-long plan to eventually add loot boxes to the game. They're just priming the kids now.
Hey, they're not
so
loot
that when
boxes,
the
they're
time
loose chests. There's a big legal difference there.
Yeah.
loot chests.
Loot
That's right.
chests.
Yeah,
Well,
no, it's just a matter of time.
Me and
I wanna
Kobe were actually
loot some
streaming
chests.
yesterday, and I actually got I think a clip hit top of Reddit. Like-
Yeah, I
live stream. It was
saw
on
that.
live
It was
stream
so
fails,
funny.
dude.
Live stream fails.
really?
Yeah, I did a trick shot with a flip flop.
Accidentally.
Trick shot with a flip flop.
Accidentally,
It was
I,
smooth.
I like went to lay on the bed and like I kicked my foot up, and then the flip flop like flew off my foot, and I like caught it in my hand and pretended I was on the phone. Like, yeah, what's
No
going
shit.
on? Yeah, got like 80K
Wow, that's quick
views.
thinking.
It was hectic. It was a
Yeah.
fucking amazing
Nice.
trick shot.
Unintentional,
So
completely.
funny.
Unintentional. Actually, you might find this hard to believe, but there was actually no one on the other end of the line.
What?
either. I was just talking to my flip flop.
You mean the other flip-flop was just on his foot?
Oh, I believe so. Is that
Dude,
right, Mace?
If it had been Gucci flip flops, it would have been like 10 times better. Because like it would just be,
Oh yeah.
it'd just be a flex, you know.
Oh,
True.
yep. Would have been a flex. Good
It
point.
would have been
I
800k
can't talk
views.
right now.
I don't buy Gucci anymore though because I lose it
Or you burn it.
or I burn it.
But you burnt one?
Yeah, I burnt my Gucci shoes.
Yeah. Well, why did you burn those Gucci shoes?
I just didn't like materialistic items, and
Exactly.
and I was just like, well, let's. I think Goonan proposed to me the idea. I was like,
Who
yeah,
did
let's
Right.
have a
propose to
fire.
you? Congrats.
No, not like that. But
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah, then I
Well,
was.
I remember at the time when you did that, and yeah, like definitely your thoughts were like,
Oh,
none
yeah.
of this shit fucking even matters, eh? Like none of this fucking.
yeah. I was
expensive
definitely like, I was
clothing
like,
shit even
fuck
matters.
all this shit. Fuck these expensive items. Blah blah blah. You know. But yeah,
yeah.
And
So
then
you
I
just,
lost
you just
my-
decided to clear your inventory.
I lost my Gucci wallet on a night out.
Oh, I
Um,
remember that. The escalator.
Yeah, I was like sliding down the escalator, and then I just lost my wallet. Went back, it was
Mm.
gone. Someone would have yoinked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like when I think of people who I would consider people like, oh yeah, I could see you wearing Gucci, or like, oh yeah, I understand, like you going for that sort of look. You are not one of them, Mace. Like I don't think that I ever want to see you in full designer like Gucci clothing. I just don't think it's who you are. You know?
I know, it definitely
It's,
isn't.
and
Like,
that's totally so. Just fucking like who needs a $500 Gucci wallet to keep your money in, you know, like fuck that shit.
I think the
Yeah.
nicest
What you
thing I
wanna
own
do.
is the Supreme hoodie. That's like the nicest, but that's a cool hoodie
Yeah,
though.
That's
Like,
a good,
looks-
like
Well,
it's
you
a
look
good
nice in
quality
that.
hoodie as well.
yeah, it's like wearing a blanket. It's comfy as.
the colors very nice on you.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's a
Yeah,
piece of the Mason
good.
lore now, you know?
It is.
That's been
it's part
in
of the
so
law.
many videos and stuff like that now it's just Mason lore. The
Yeah,
Supreme jumper.
Yeah, I think it was
Well,
sick.
speaking of videos, there's been a bit of shooting going on this week. However, not for the
There's been a
Misfits channel,
shooting?
for something else. There's been a small shooting. Mason might want to elaborate on that one, huh, buddy? Like, what's going on with that shooting earlier in the week?
bro. We
What
talked
happened
about
there?
this. We talked about this. Come on.
No, we for those of you who don't know, we a good friend of ours is a rapper called Boy Scout Gatsby, and he has been in town in Melbourne shooting a music video for his up and coming tune. And yeah, a few of us were lucky enough to be a part of it. We had a couple of crazy days on. Well, I had one day filming. You guys had a couple
We
days
had
filming,
two.
right?
Yeah,
Right. Which I actually don't really know anything about, like about what. I mean, I've seen the photos and things on the Instagram story, but I didn't even know you guys had like, you know, all this shit to do until this
Yeah.
week. So
That
wanna talk
second
about, like,
day
what's been going on.
was fucking nuts. But I guess we could start with the first
Yeah.
day. I mean, you were the first one into the shoot to do your bit, and I haven't seen or heard anything about what you did besides like the concept of the bit. So how'd it go?
True. Well, all I really knew, I just like said, Gatsby messaged me and he's like, "Oi, would you want to be in my music video, cunt?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right, sure thing. Like, I'd love to. I'll do anything for you, bro." And he's like, "Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Well, just keep Tuesday clear." And I was like, "Okay." Then he asked me for my dimensions, clothing wise. He was like, "Okay, what size clothes do you wear?" And I'm like, "All right, well, here you go." And the night before the shoot, like, you know, way too late to organize it, I get a message being like, "Oi, can you rent a suit? Do you have a suit that you can wear tomorrow?" So clearly, whatever he was asking for my dimensions just fell through. I had to wake up the next day, drive immediately to a suit hire place. No idea if they would even be able to sort me out. I walked in. I was like, "Look, I need you guys to make me look like a late night show host. I need a suit. I need something to wear." They sorted me out in like 15 minutes. I walked out looking like a fucking businessman. Hailed my cab. Went to the shoot. It's like this old abandoned warehouse that I pull up to. You guys probably saw the place as well. It's like, I think it actually used to be a Bunnings, which is like a hardware store here in Australia a long time ago. But then it's got abandoned. Then a bunch of like heroin users and
squatters.
You know, a lot of squatters moved in and graffitied all over the walls and took various shits and pisses and other things in the toilet, which apparently solidified into a block by the time that the production team, you know, found themselves renting this place. So it was quite like a burned down, decrepit place. But, you know, upon going inside, it had been transformed into quite an impressive set, you know, cameras,
Yeah, it was
makeup,
legit.
lighting, you know, what do you, like dollies that you move the cameras on. Like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people were here making this music video happen. I walk in a suit, kind of not knowing what to expect. All I knew is that my role in the video was being a late night host, and that Gatsby would be on my show, and that I would be behind a desk and he would be rapping to me, and that would be the scene. But yeah, like it was kind of a crazy operation. I'd never really been in an environment like that before. I got my makeup done by a professional in front of a mirror. I looked all caked up and beautiful. She like fixed my hair. And I'm sort of watching Jackson Gatsby do his thing, and the directors, you know, kind of directed him very efficiently, and they're getting the shots done. And before you know it, it's time for my little moment. So we go over to this crazy set, which they built for the shot. It was like late night with Fitz, like a whole talk show host, like looked like David Letterman, like the whole thing, like a window with stars outside, all that shit. And yeah, we take positions and like basically shot this thing. It took around 30 minutes to an hour in total. It was just sort of running through different takes, pretending to have a conversation, like Gatsby rapping along with the lyrics, all these people watching it happen behind a camera, like kind of nuts, like kind of crazy, but also it felt very natural and very easy. The director did a great job at making everyone feel comfortable and making, you know, things run smoothly. And before you know it, I was done. Fucking hung out on set for a bit more in my suit. Found a guitar, started playing that, and then I went home, and that was kind of all there was to it for me. Like it was very exciting, but at the same time, sort of just one and done. Just crushed it. So I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
You guys, on the other hand, the next day and that night even seem to have had like much more crazy operation going on. So
well, that night was pretty
there.
easy going, if I remember, Mace. Wasn't it like we did a shoot? It was like for an award ceremony, like part of the music video.
We sat on a table with a bunch of champagne around us, and I had like a little Hawaiian shirt on and like my hair slicked back.
Yeah,
or like a Hawaiian dealer or something like that.
I saw you in the little brief cut. You actually looked like fucking someone out of a Quentin Tarantino film. You look like Nicolas Cage. He looked like Nicolas Cage. Can I say that? That's what he looked like.
Dude, makeup sorted him out really well. Like the thing is, like the makeup lady would go over to me and she's like, "Do you need anything done?" I'm like, "No, I'm wearing this helmet." Like, you know, she's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Do you have any WD-40?" Because she was spraying Mason's hair with hairspray. I was like, "Got any WD-40 for me?" And she just started laughing. And yeah, I mean, we just sat at the table. Like the thing is that, like, I think part of the music video, the idea is that we, like me, Gatsby, and Mason, were a part of like this Vietnam War movie, and so we were at like an award show to receive the award for it. So we're like crossing our fingers, waiting for it to go, and then like they get it, and then we celebrate, and that was pretty much the whole. Like the whole shoot, it took like maybe 30 or 40 minutes to get the takes we needed. But the real fun was the next day where we actually recorded like the shooting, like the Vietnam like war movie for the context of that, and that was fucking crazy.
Warfare.
Yeah, that was full on.
Tell us about that, Miss.
They had like so we get there and they have like these full get-ups for us, like full army get-ups that we just chucked on, and they were doing like face paint and all that and like dressing us up. I had like I look like, apparently I was looking at some of my Instagram comments, someone said I look like the scout off TF2. I had like this helmet on, this metal helmet, and it was fucking heavy as fuck. Like now I understand like what Swagger goes through with that shit. But yeah, like, and then we had these like fake guns, like these gel blasters.
Gel blasters,
yeah, and they were like, they looked realistic as fuck, and they were heavy too.
They were legit. There was no orange cap either. Like it was, it was legit.
Yeah, and we went down to, I think it was like in this big like bush area. Like it was a lot of trees, a lot of like wildlife and shit. And like this really nice house too that the guy let us use, which was cool. Cool. Yeah, that's like you keep telling the story, Swag.
They just set up in a bush basically, right? Like lights, cameras, everything.
It was a weird location because it was like an hour. It was like over an hour drive to go. Like it was like north of Melbourne somewhere.
No reception. Zero
reception. I called an Uber to go there because I would not want to fucking drive all the way out to those sticks. So I called the Uber and I get in the car out of my house. The guy looks and he's like, "Oh, you're going here?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm going there." He's like, "Okay, sure." And like we drive out. It was like the middle of nowhere. On the GPS, it didn't even show that there was a road. We went down like a gravel road. And then there was like another, like where the house was, we were still on a gravel road and there was no house anywhere. And there was just like this little dirt path that led up the hill. And he's like, he's like, "What do I do?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I've never been here before. Just go down that dirt path." And he was like, "Okay." And then we drive up and then sure enough, we come across, it's like this giant house in the middle of the woods. It was fucking massive. And, I get out of the car, I grab all my shit, I go into the, because I don't even know if I'm in the right fucking place. So I'm like looking around for signs of life to make sure I'm not lost. And I see like a car is driving by and I see it was one of the SFX artists like waving to me. And then I roll up in the garage. And I see Mason and Gatsby just decked out in war paint with all their whole fit on, and I'm like, "Holy shit, this is like really legit." So I get there, and we roll out. I suit up. They give me like a fucking wife beater, like one of those, like just like very. It was really tight.
You had the guns out, didn't you?
Yeah, dude, I did. And I don't show my arms like at all, really ever.
We had like this makeup too that was like, it looked like we had dirt all over us.
Yeah.
And, Jackson was
the makeup made your arms look jacked, bro. The makeup actually looks so sick.
Yeah, Jackson was like really set on the fact he wanted to wrestle in the mud to get the realism. And he's like, keeps going. And he's like, bro, we got to wrestle in the mud, man. We got to wrestle in the mud. But Jackson, I'm not fucking wrestling you in the mud to get like dirt on me just for the
Like wrestling in the mud.
Because it already looked pretty legit with what we had. Like the makeup that she put on us was like legit. It looked real.
Yeah, it was literally
really
titled like dirt effects. And it was like this dirt that would also stain you. It was like a dye, but it was like crumbly. So like they would just rub it on your arms and it would make it look like you were stained with dirt and that there were little like specks of dirt in your hair along your arm. And it was legit.
Right.
They gave me like the wife beater, a flight suit that I had tied around, a vest, a holster, like
flight suit.
The entire thing. I think it looked like a flight suit, like a jumpsuit that you pull up as if you were like jumping out of an airplane and like being a parachute trooper or whatever. Like the costumes were not like historically accurate at all, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like it really doesn't fucking matter because it's just for a music shoot and it looked realistic enough and it fit the bill.
It's gonna matter.
And so
I can't believe they fucked that up.
yeah,
People are gonna complain in the comments.
Dude, people were complaining in the comments. I had an AK-47 and it looked legit. It was like a full-on AK-762 or whatever. But people in the comments were so nitpicky. They're like,
actually, there's a 5.56 muzzle brake on the AK-47, so the muzzle brakes wouldn't actually go on there.
and it's like, dude, it's a fucking.
Thank God we have these intelligent folks in the comment section looking out for us always.
Yeah,
What would we do
we're so
without it?
lucky.
We'd be lost. We'd be lost lambs.
It helps.
Anyway.
It really does. But no, it like they were like very legit. Like, you know, you could take the mag out, you could put it in, you could rack the thing. Dude, I was in love. As soon as I got there and I saw all the guns out on the table, I was like, that's an 1911. I pick it up, I fucking do the action and all that shit. And then I was like, that's an AK-47. And I operate it and do the action and whatever. That's an MP5. Then I operate it and I do the action. Everyone's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm American.
Everyone else on set just growing extremely concerned about it.
Yeah.
Just like,
I'm like, I'm
around
American.
nervously.
I'm like, I'm in my element. And I
hope this guy didn't bring ammo. You know, what I'm
I was
saying?
like, I was like teaching people like how everything works. I showed Mason how to because he had the MP5 for the shoot. So I was telling him like, yeah, you pull the bolt back and you lock it in, then you slap it and it'll go forward. And he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, that's how you make it look cool and all that. And yeah. So basically, after we all got set up,
it look cool.
They did makeup on me on my left arm. I wonder if it's still there. No, it's not. They painted tally marks, like confirmed kills on my arm. They're like, how many do you want? I was like, I don't know, 7. Like, just keep it tasteful. But
You should have said half.
yeah,
Like half a kill.
it should have been like I kind of like figured afterwards. I was like, oh, how funny would it have been if like down my entire arm was just tally marks, like the entire shoulder was just fucking tallies. But so we had to wait for it to become night. So like that way we could shoot. It was supposed to be like in the night, foggy in the woods kind of thing. So they set up like all these different screens. They set up all the lighting. They had a smoke machine and they also made very small fires that were like, you know, controllable. I think they had a fire extinguisher somewhere on set in case it got out of hand. But like,
I love Swagger has a thing with fire where like,
yeah,
and
but
I know that
you're
you're
in the
just being
bush.
safe. Obviously, I know, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah, well,
It's
you know,
just funny
dude,
that
nothing
you
is
just had to
scarier.
specify. I
Nothing's-
like how you just had to specify that there was a fire extinguisher somewhere, as if like that.
Well,
that isn't probably already the case.
yeah,
like,
but you know, it's important to note because you know bushfires and coming into summer, and
yeah,
we're literally
course,
in the
of
middle of
course.
the woods. So like,
I'm
they're-
just surprised you didn't bring your own. That's unlike you. But, go on.
Shut the fuck up. So yeah, they were starting these fires. They had like a smoke machine that would just pump smoke. They had a dude literally fanning smoke into the shot. And by the time we
Smoking
were
a
ready,
cigarette and then fanning it in.
by the time we were ready to shoot, like there was this beautiful like rays of light going through the trees, like through the smoke, and we were like moving through with like our guns, and you know he was doing the parts where he was singing to his stuff, and it was really good. We like walked towards
Crazy.
the camera like we were scanning, and then we pointed the camera on a cue, and then I had to do a shot where I was like going Rambo, like suppressing fire. So I was shooting the AK, and then my AK runs out of ammo. So I had to grab my gun and shoot, like grab my holstered weapon, and then like take a shot. And that turned out really well, dude. All the shots that we did were so fucking sick. Mason, talk about the trampoline.
Oh yeah, so they had to like get on this trampoline and pretend that there was like an explosion for the next scene, which we'll fucking tell you in a sec. They had to like jump on the trampoline and like get dirt thrown at them while they like fell back. And they did it, and like they were just getting dirt all in their faces and eyes and shit in their mouths.
Yeah,
and,
man.
Like Jackson was like,
like every time piffed at, dude. They like straight up fucking threw the dirt at his face. Because the idea is that like a mortar shell hit and exploded, or like an RPG or something. Like there was an explosion, and they shot and we shoot up in the air. It was me and Gatsby. So he does his like in 4 takes. And I'm like, yeah. Because they were like, do you want to go first or should he go first? I was like, he should go first because I'm going to be jumping on a trampoline and falling backwards with a helmet on. I want to make sure you guys like have done the takes to make sure like that it looks good and it's set up so that I only have to do it like once or twice. And Gatsby did his. He got pipped in the face with dirt like 4 or 5 times. And then by the end, he was like, all right, that's good. And then it was my turn. So I'm on this trampoline. I can't fucking see anything in my helmet. I'm supposed to jump up and fall back. But I'm like, oh, well, that could, if I miss, if I fall on my head, if I fall on the helmet, I won't get a concussion, but my neck is going to snap. So I was like really fucking careful about where I was falling and how I was falling. And I think I did 2 takes, and the second take was the one that like really worked. But yeah, no, it was that was the good one. And then that led in to the other scene where, because Mason didn't do that because it was assumed that he actually was hit. So like I'm nowhere to be seen, and that's how like I was shooting and covering. And then Gatsby, you tell the rest. You tell the next scene, Mace, because that was all you.
So it changed to the next scene where it was like I've been blown up by the mortar or whatever they're called. And I was like laying on the ground, and I had like this really like super realistic fucking like makeup done, and it was like fake guts coming out of my stomach, and it was like silicon or something. They just like literally the girl like chucked it on me, and then just like poured, like she stuck it to me and shit, and then like poured all this fake blood, like coated me in it, like just like poured it like gallons. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, my back was so fucked though, because it was in like a little trench.
They dug a trench with pickaxes and dirt.
Yeah.
They literally dug a trench.
I was just like sitting there, and my neck was just the most uncomfy. Like I was so uncomfy, but
yeah, you were shaking.
Probably just for realism.
Yeah,
they just needed to get that realistic shot of you actually.
My body
being
was
in pain
like
and suffering.
shaking from just being in that position, but it looked. I mean, it added to the realism. So,
dude, you look fucking shell shocked. You had like the dead eyes. You were like looking right past Gatsby. Like because he did this thing. Like they had a bunch of smoke. Like he was pretending like there were bullets going over. Like he crawls through the dirt, and he goes to Mason, and he takes out a cigarette and he puts it in Mason's mouth, and they filled Mason's mouth with fake blood, and then they put it in his mouth, and he coughed up blood, and the cigarette came out, and then he picked it up and put it back in his mouth, and like, he was like, talk to me, and he's like screaming towards the sky. There were so many good shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I cannot wait to see how that all comes out.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, by the end of it, like when I just like ripped my guts out.
Like, yeah, it was like, that's a wrap, and everyone's clapping. And he rips it out, and he starts twirling, and he's like,
swinging around.
That
took a massive bite out of it.
Wait, surely when you were swinging it around, like blood was splattering everywhere, though, no? Or
it was dry by then. It was like 25. It was like 25 minutes, like to do that. The rest of the shoot there.
Yeah, but I got some really good photos out of it. My mate Andre was taking some, and fucking they came out like heaps good. So
nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, what an exciting experience. Like you've never done anything like that before, right?
This is the first time that we've ever done anything like in terms of a shoot that was at that level of like professionalism. It was Zach is the director. I think his ad on Instagram is directed by Zach with a ZAC.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
Shout out.
fucking incredible. The team that he put together, because it wasn't like a professional like company or anything. I think these were people that he had met from like previous experience. And it was like a ragtag team, but everybody knew what they were doing. Everyone was professional. Everyone knew like the protocol for everything. And it was so streamlined. Like in between scenes where they were setting up different scenes, and like it was like the same area, they take shit down and put it up in 10 minutes. It was fucking insane to watch. And they were all good guys. They were all really funny.
Yeah, it was very good vibes
yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song that the music video was for is unreleased, but of course we'll let you know when the song and the music video drop. It's called "Let Me In" by Gatsby. I don't even know if that's supposed to be known or not, but I'm sure that it's coming out. I don't know. I would say before Christmas, but I don't want to put any deadline.
Well, there's no deadline that exists, but he's hoping before the end of the year.
Yeah, coming out soon, and I'll stick with that.
I'm so hyped, dude. I'm really hyped to see how it turns out with like the SFX and the VFX and all the post production.
It's a great song too.
It is a good
great
song. It's a slapper.
Genuine. Listen to it a lot on set. It's genuinely very catchy. So very very excited for our boy Gatsby. He's done well. Little cool experience. Hey,
So cool.
Very cool. It was very enjoyable.
What the fuck? What else is new? You know,
I bought a Prius
Toby, what have you been up to,
yesterday.
Matt?
What a Prius.
What a
Prius.
A Prius.
Toyota Prius.
You're moving into the Uber market, are you?
Yeah, I've decided I want to become an Uber driver because, man, this is really not working out.
Not working, is it?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Well, have you had any passengers yet?
Yep, one woman.
One woman.
Her name was Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Yep.
she
Funnily
nice?
enough, she lives next door. Picked her up.
Oh.
I was like, car's across the road. Let's hop in. Just going to go throw some clothes on because I was streaming. So naturally naked.
Yeah, naked on all fours. Had to scurry out of that position.
Yeah. I was on my campsite. So I jumped out, started doing I'm pretty desperate for money at this point, guys. So, I kind of have a finger in every market and every hole. But so I jumped into the Uber, took her for a spin. She rated me 3.5 stars, which I mean that's above average. It's above half. So
it's not amazing though, is it?
Above average.
You must have done something wrong
Well,
to get 3.5.
Well, it's high.
5 is just courtesy, really. If it's a normal ride,
yeah, but
surely.
I mean 2.5 should be your standard run. So 3.5, that's a step up.
I don't. You actually rate Ubers just based on how you authentically
1 is
felt
bad,
in the experience.
2 is I didn't like that. 2.5, it's okay. This was nothing special. 3, it's like they tried a bit. 4 is okay. This is getting good. And 5 stars is when it says you're getting picked up in a Prius, but you actually get picked up in a helicopter or something.
So in order for you to rate someone
or a Supra. Yeah.
In order for you to rate someone 5 stars, they actually have to earn it. Like it's not just a default thing for you. It's you actually have to be impressed.
Yeah.
By
If I don't
journey.
climax, there's no 5 stars.
Right. And what does it normally take for you to climax? Just quick acceleration? Or
honestly, someone telling me they respect me, or that my opinions are valued, just stuff like that. Yeah.
You're not going to find that here. I'm sorry.
No, I know. I know. That's why I don't rate us 5 stars.
Every single day, a new 1-star review is left by Toby.
Yeah.
Destroyed
exactly.
Like, no, you didn't buy a Prius. What car?
No, I bought a Toyota Supra,
recently.
a new one. A lot of people don't like the new Supra, but I don't give a fuck. It's cool.
It looks nice.
It's nice. It's red.
It's red. It's
which means it's at least a little faster.
It's just a bright red sports car. It's very me. It's loud and obnoxious. It's low. People look at it. It's like exactly what I've wanted for a long time.
Just something that people would look at me and
well, it's because ever since I was a little kid, whenever I would see like a cool car, it would like make my day. Like whenever I saw a cool car driving down the road or heard it or something, like looking at it, like, oh my God, that's so sick. And I've like always wanted to be able to give that experience to other people. So this is like my first car that's kind of getting into that area. Like obviously it's not like super crazy, but it's a car that is pretty rare and uncommon,
It's a
and
proper
it's
sports car.
fun. Yeah. But I like
Matt's.
texted Matt yesterday and I said, hey, I got an appointment where I'm going for a test drive of a new car at 4:00. Do you want to come meet me there? And then I got there and he was like, we were talking for a bit and he goes, how long are they letting us test drive it for? And I just go, oh, forever, mate. Like, I'm just taking it. And ended up buying the car. I told Sam I was getting new wheels for my Golf. Showed up to his house. I was like, here are the new wheels.
What did Sam say?
Yeah. But
you got to ride with the man?
No. I've already driven one before, but
yeah.
Wait, what was Sam's reaction though?
He was pogging. He was stoked for me. He loves that car, so he's wanted one for a bit as well. I think.
Am I nuts or does Sam have a Supra himself?
No, Sam's got a BRZ.
He's got a BRZ.
Yeah. So the BRZ is like the entry level one, I guess, and then the Supra is like the more sporty one.
Right.
But
what level is the Prius?
Oh, the Prius is top level.
Top.
Yeah, that's a hybrid.
Why it was so ridiculous for you to even
have
two
thought
engines.
about
Getting one.
Good for the environment.
Yeah. But the only reason I got it, basically, I was talking to someone and they're like, man, with COVID, you can get such good deals on shit at the moment. Because obviously, to stop a recession, everyone wants everyone to be spending as much money as they can. So I was like, oh, maybe this is a great time to just look into getting a car loan. And I came across a Supra that had like pretty much 0% interest rate.
Don't try and make it seem like you were doing this for the benefit of the economy.
No. That wasn't what I was saying.
Like, well, the world's in a recession right now, so I thought, how can I help?
No.
I'll get a new car.
I wasn't saying that I was doing it to help the economy. I was saying that's why the interest rate was so low. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, like like banks and shit, like you can get mortgages for like 0% right now. It's insane.
I've bought several homes.
Yeah. So I was like, I saw a Supra for like pretty much 0% interest, which basically means you pay the same amount you would normally pay, except you pay it over as long as you like. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get massive loan for like 4 years, and then I'm gonna pay it off as I can. So I'm gonna.
It's guaranteed.
Pardon?
It's guaranteed the interest won't go up.
You can't. Yeah, they're not allowed to change it. Yeah.
Mm.
So like. Basically, it's just a 4-year loan, and because you're allowed to pay more whenever you want, it means that I can hopefully pay it off quicker than that, which is why I just went for the longest one possible, just for safety. But yeah, so I am now, this is the first time I've ever been in debt for anything. I've never had a loan before, and now I'm in crippling debt.
Nice.
But last night, Matt and I went
very good.
Anything for the economy, exactly. But
a worthy sacrifice.
Matt and Ryan's little brother and we went out for a cruise down by the beach.
Hell yeah!
And there was a lot of other cars there. It was actually really cool. It was like a Friday night. It was warm. There was heaps of really cool cars just cruising up and down the beach, like beside the beach. It was like a really nice, fun vibe.
What's the verdict on the car, Matt, as our resident car expert? Like, you fuck with it?
Oh yeah, dude, the fucking Mark V was fucking sick.
Sick. Was it dope riding in it? Like, does it sound good? Like,
he hasn't been in it actually.
Oh, I drove the one that Sam rented in LA once. That one sounded really nice. Oh, yours sounds really good, even like in stock form. Sounds so good.
Well, Toby, maybe you and I can go for a cruise and pick up some sexy women sometime.
Yeah, it's a 2-seater, so they'll have to sit on our laps.
Oh, it's ideal, isn't it, mate?
I know. You could probably fit someone in the trunk.
Well,
even more ideal,
isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Then you don't have to talk to them.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I got home last night after going for a cruise with those two, and my friend Buys and a couple other friends, who's a content creator, that they were doing a thing where I gave them a budget, and I was like, hey, here's some money. Go buy me Christmas presents with the stream. And so they went live on my channel and hung out with my chat and bought a bunch of like Christmas presents off Amazon for me that I'm going to open on Christmas to do a big stream.
Good ones. There were some really good ones. There were ones that they got you that I want. Like, it was pretty fucking good.
Sick. So yeah, I told them go for like a mix of Like some stuff that's useful to stream with, like Lego kits and stuff. There was a fun stream, and then some stuff that's just pure meme, and then some stuff that's actually cool. And they bought 80 items off eBay. And yeah, it's gonna be cool to see.
Do you know what they are? Like, did you peek at the stream? Or
no, that was why I was out. I specifically went out, said I wouldn't do that.
So you're gonna keep it a secret until the opening day.
Yeah, and so basically from now until Christmas, there's just gonna be a bunch of boxes showing up in my house.
Well, that's nice. You know, there's nothing like a good hit of package arriving dopamine in the morning. You know? But someone in my chat was like, "Hey Toby, you got a new car? Can I come take photos of it?" And I was like, who are you? And then I realized it was the person that had filmed the Misfits party. And he had also been to a couple of our parties. His name's Hamish. And he was like, come let me take photos of the car. And I was like, fuck it. Sure, I'll go right now. Because I'm the kind of person that I'm not good at planning things. I don't like planning things in advance because then I'm like, what if I don't want to do it on that day? So I'm like, if you want to do something, several pregnancies, you know. That's...
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, if you want to do something with me, fucking, we're doing it like today. So he was like, let me take photos of your car, and this was at midnight. And I was like, I'll do it right now if you want. And he was like, okay, sure, come pick me up. So I drove to his house at midnight, and we went to a few locations and took some cool photos. We took some like photos on like running photos and stuff. It was a lot of fun. We went to Chinatown and like parked up in the middle of this really cool Chinese like square, and that was really cool because it was like so late at night that there was no one there. So we're just like, fuck it, let's drive the car in there, and got some really cool photos.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. So I'm guessing we can expect plenty of car porn coming out of
so much car porn. So much car porn.
Do you plan on streaming in the car at all, or what?
Yeah, I want to figure out how to do that.
Probably just become an Uber driver, like you said earlier. You know, I know we were kidding around, but that would be the best content, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd be a terrible Uber driver. I hate people. So
yeah, but those are also the best Uber drivers because they don't say anything. You know. Yeah, but you also you do tend to get violent too. So
yeah. Matt's been having to go at streaming on his bike, right? With the whole backpack setup.
Oh yeah, we got one of those like the IRL streaming bags from Twitch, which are like they're good for like walking around with, but you like have to make a few mods to get to work with what we're doing with like the bikes and shit. But
because you're going so fast, you mean like it cuts out? Or?
No, I mean like the signal, like it's only running on 2, so I feel like I'm getting too technical into it. But yeah, I just stream on the bike. I don't know how to explain it.
You should do what 2Mad does and just yell at people.
Fucking yell.
Have you seen his bike streams where he rides an actual bicycle?
I was thinking of doing that in Melbourne, like go out late at night on like the weekends and see like what weird creatures you can find like near the bars and shit.
You definitely find content because there's always just plenty of blokes just out in the street being loud.
Just fucking puking.
Just walk up, press E to interact, see what you get, you know? Yeah, just make a munt compilation, see how many cunts you can find munting in an alleyway.
Oh, I'd probably be one of them.
You'd probably be.
We went out a couple nights ago, right, Fitz? Out into town.
We went out.
Not for long, though. I get this, it was like 11 o'clock, and I get this text from Gatsby, and he's like, come to a bar, come to GG Easy. And I assumed that he thought I was going to say no, because whenever someone asks me to go to a bar or something, I always say no because I'm an asshole, and because I don't drink. But I told myself this year that I was going to be more social. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I'll come. And then I get there, and when I'm in the Uber, I like Google it, and I was like, this bar's closed today. Do you guys know that? And he was like, yeah, no, Chad, anything for views. He got it. He like asked the bartender to open it for us. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. It'd be a nice little like chill hangout. And then I get there and they're like, oh yeah, but we have to leave in half an hour because the bartender doesn't want to be up too late. So I was like, oh, I came all this way for half an hour.
Yeah.
Which was, but it was still fun though.
Yeah, we the night did proceed from that point on as well. You could have stuck around, although I think that the energy might have been a little too chaotic.
It was very chaotic
based on the van ride home. I mean, not too much happened at the bar. Like I arrived after you, and people were pretty fucky from a dinner that they had.
Yeah, they were already wasted.
They were already wasted. So I arrived, just immediately started sinking shots, trying to catch up with everyone. Had a couple chats. Before you know it, we're leaving the bar. We all climb into the van. And there's got to be like, how many people in that van? 20,
It's like
20?
a 6-seater
25
van,
people?
and there was like 20 people in it. Yeah.
No, there was
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, there
In
was.
that squashed
And there
up
were
in that van.
The van's huge, Mason.
two seats at the front, 4 seats at the back, little seats, and the rest of the van is just open, like
Yeah.
back of the van, and there was one big bean bag at the back.
Maybe like
And
15.
you and I, Toby, sit down,
Yeah.
in the bean bag, and then I think Packett and Gatsby and just everyone who was there just starts piling in,
And
and it's
filling
just the
up
most
the van.
chaotic. Just we're only driving like 10 minutes to a different place, but there was just so much screaming. One person who I might not name just to protect their identity was just being belligerently racist for comedic purposes, just screaming at the top of their lungs, just like the most foul shit. Obviously not meaning any of it, but they were just blackout drunk
Yeah.
and just trying to get a rise out of anyone. Gatsby starts like choking them out and like right next to me on the beanbag, like, obviously mostly just a joke, but it was definitely like quite an intense energy.
Yeah.
Every time I get in that van and I'm not in a seat, I just think like this might be the time that I die.
Yeah.
Have to make my peace with that every single time. But thankfully, I didn't die. At least I was one of the people that survived. Toby was too.
I cannot hang out with people that drunk. It is way too much for me. It's
yeah,
always just like the energy is so chaotic and I just can't handle it.
One thing I forgot to mention, especially at the van and dying, when we drove back from the shoot, me and Mason were on.
Oh,
Chris was
yeah.
driving. We're
yeah.
driving in the middle of the bush. It's the middle of the night. A fucking kangaroo hops out from the road, and we hit it going like 100 Ks. And it shook the van. Everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?" And Chris was like, "Oh, I think we hit a kangaroo."
Crazy.
Me and Dre were driving behind you guys, like following you guys, and we just see like these guts and shit just fly everywhere, like past the
No
van.
way.
And
What
like,
the fuck?
And Dre's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "The fuck was that?" And like, he's like, "Yeah, they hit a kangaroo, dude." And I'm like, "What?" That was fucked. And the car was like,
Wow.
the front of the car was dragging on the ground and
it was
shit.
pretty fucked. We should have pulled over. We honestly should have pulled over because
Kangaroos
stop.
destroy cars when you
Chris
hit
just
them 'cause
fucking
they're so
kept
big.
going. They kept fucking
Oh,
driving.
I saw a photo of the aftermath. It took out like the whole right side of the fucking van, didn't it? Like the light and shit's
Well,
busted.
we should have,
Like,
we should have fucking pulled over to make sure that the kangaroo was dead. And if it wasn't, we would have had to, like, I guess, stomp it to death. Like,
he's just wedged in the front grill for
like
the entire journey home. Like, help.
you have to do the humane thing with kangaroos. And any animal that you hit, if I hit the roo, like, I've never had an accident with an animal. But like from what my dad tells me, he's like, if you ever hit like a deer, like you have to get out, you have to like, you put it out of its misery or whatever, so that way it's just not dying for hours on the side of the road. But we hit that kangaroo so fast, the thing was probably dead. But with kangaroos, the one thing that like that I haven't considered is that a big reason to pull over, even if you kill the kangaroo, is that you have to reach into its pouch to see if it's carrying joeys.
Oh my God. I guess that's true, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
because
you have to kill them too, right?
No. No. You have to reach into the pouch, see if they have like little joeys, little baby kangaroos, and then you call up like a wildlife rescue or whatever, and then they take them. But we didn't fucking stop for some reason. We didn't stop. I guess it was late and they just wanted to get home. But still, when I realized that there could have been babies in the pouch, I felt so horrible.
Well, how much did the score increase when you hit it? Because that's how you can tell. Like, there was an
it
extra 100 points.
It was 300.
Oh,
right, so it's
two
probably-
babies then.
2 babies, but they were killed, so you're fine.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was
by the way, I'm
horrible.
not laughing at a kangaroo dying. Of course, I think it's a terrible thing, and I was laughing at Swagger's explanation of it just because the way you described it was quite funny to me.
Yeah,
But
it was
it's
horrific.
terrible that a kangaroo was lost in
Yeah,
the drive home.
I don't know, man.
But-
It killed itself. It's not like we swerved into it. It jumped
yeah,
out
it's
into
not-
traffic.
It's not murder. It's just a shame, I suppose.
It was
But,
suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're
Lockdown's
right,
been hard for 'em.
Is euthanasia illegal with kangaroos? Because like they don't have the equipment we do to do it like humanely or whatever. So maybe that's just how they sort it out.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Decide, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
actually over it. Gonna jump in front of this van. That's just how they sort it out.
Yeah.
In which case, just pay my respects to kangaroo culture and say rest in peace and hope that the next life's better for you, buddy.
You got this, kangaroo culture guy.
You got it.
You know what I've been thinking about recently?
What's
like,
that?
you know how like people just get beaten up?
Yeah.
Vince knows. Because it's happened to him before. And then like, you know.
Why do you always have to bring that up?
But like, I don't know. I was thinking about this recently, and like, I don't think I ever really want to be alone at night in public. You know?
You right?
Just because like I feel like you know, it's obviously you're obviously way safer in a group if you can be in a group. And I feel like it's way less likely that anything is going to happen to you if you're with people. And just like the idea that some random fucking drunk dude could just beat the shit out of you for no reason, that's kind of fucking scary.
Have you considered carrying a gun or perhaps a knife?
Oh, you know, I tweeted about this, right? I said that like, you know, because I'm trans, like I feel like I'm a bigger target. And then everyone in the comments, all the Americans and shit were like, oh, you should get these. And they would like link me knuckle dusters and shit like that. And I'm like, those aren't legal here.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Knuckle dusters are bullshit. The thing is like fucking everything is illegal in Australia for self-defense.
Yeah, you can't get pepper spray or anything.
Yeah, women, why can't you get OC spray? Why can't you get fucking pepper spray?
Yeah, you can't even get like shit pepper spray that isn't even pepper spray. Like I went on the police website to see realistically what would like could you get pepper spray, and they said you can't even get capsicum spray. I was like, what the fuck?
What if you just make it yourself? How are they going to stop you?
Yeah,
you can
like the
make
squirt
it
bottle
yourself.
you spray with your cats. You like grind up some pepper or some shit in there, and
You
just like
spray pepper spray your cats?
No, I mean like the squirt bottles.
Just, like,
Well, I
get a
mean, if
little
they're really
squirt
acting
bottle.
up, yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah.
the same
mean-
little squirt bottle.
I mean, dude, you
Wait,
just
you just get
carry
bug spray,
pocket
Toby.
sand. Just carry like sand in your pockets to throw into the eyes of people.
You know what was funny?
Just get bug spray and then spray them in the eyes and just say bug off, and that'll show them.
You know what was funny? I was thinking about this on the Uber home from that night that we were out. I was like, because that was when I was thinking about, because I was alone in public and I didn't like it. And I was thinking about, I was like, you know, you could get pepper spray, but then I was like, yeah, but I feel like if I pepper sprayed someone, I'd feel really bad and then want to call them an ambulance and like make sure they were okay, even though they were like jumping me or something. Because I feel like, you know, once you've pepper sprayed them, they're probably going to leave you alone. And it's like, well, now let's just help them and make sure they're okay.
No,
you know?
I say fuck them. Someone's aggressing on me, all up in their eyes. If they're screaming and crying and snot's coming out of their nose, they'll say, fuck you, you deserved it, and they'll run away. So that's the
Would
idea.
you call them an ambulance after you ran away?
Fuck no. They can sort themselves out. They can
That's
still
way
hear and
worse.
talk. They can still fucking go, hey Siri, call 911. And then there you go.
Toby, you're really gonna pepper spray them and then make them pay for an ambulance? Wow, you really are one
Yeah,
stone
you
cold
want an
bitch.
asshole.
No, I see your point.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
like
it's
of course
just
there's always gonna be
weird.
some human compassion there, but
It's just,
you know, at the end of the day, if they're attacking you, you have the right to fucking
Yeah.
ruin their.
it's just like
face up.
there's zero way for like people to like defend themselves on the street. It's odd.
Like, I understand not being able to carry a knife.
Yeah, we're a gun.
And I understand like guns and stuff. And like anything that's like sharp, totally get like, or anything that could actually like fucking kill someone. I totally understand wanting to make it so that people aren't killing other people in self-defense. Makes total sense to me. However, something like pepper spray, that doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I guess it's to stop like drunk, stupid people like just using pepper spray and shit. But I mean, I feel like you should be able to use something in self-defense like that.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. I mean, just to play devil's advocate, I think that like anytime that you do allow something like that, you know, to just for anyone to be able to buy for self-defense, you're obviously going to see a pretty dramatic increase of it being used inappropriately as well, which I suppose may be the reason that it's
Probably.
still, you know, a thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a kind of one of those things where you just wonder like, well, is it actually worth it? And in this case, you know, for something like pepper spray, which to be fair, can really fucking fuck someone up like for a considerable amount of time, like a multiple day like recovery, depending on the severity of it. But you know, surely you should be able to have just something on you that makes you feel more comfortable.
Because like if you're getting
you are
beaten
put
up,
in
you
that
can't
position.
exactly call the cops like while it's happening, you know?
No.
Also, I was thinking about the fact, you know how we had that taser in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I was
fucking
thinking about
giant
it.
baton.
someone tased me with that when I was attacking them, it would not stop me at all. Like if I was if I was aggressing towards someone and they tasered me in the neck with that, I would be like, is that even a fucking taser?
Could just be.
Is that the
well,
little one or the big one?
Yeah, the big
little
one was
one.
the
little one. But
The
you
little
wouldn't
one
carry
was
around a
bullshit.
big
That
one.
big one though, that like fucking flashlight baton one,
Yeah, that was a
You-
cattle prod though.
dude. Oh my
You
god.
wouldn't carry a cattle prod.
I guess you could,
Well,
you know, depending. But like, I feel like a lot of the
Wear a trench coat.
like what the taser is mainly used for is just a deterrent. Like if someone's aggressing on you, you pull out a little taser from your pocket and you go bzz, 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 bzz. Like they'll be like, okay, he has a taser.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. I think it's more for like intimidation than it actually is for like application.
Yeah. Look, Toby, I'm sensing that you really want to get violent right now. That you're really just craving some kind of weapon.
That's me.
I'm
I'm such a violent person. The person that wanted to pepper spray someone and call them an ambulance.
That's right. You're violent, but you're compassionate. That's why. I respect
that's it.
You, you know? I think you just want to use it aggressively on people for no reason.
That
and then
is
call them
why.
an ambulance.
Yeah.
And then tout self-defense and then claim insurance because you're trying to pay off your car. All right, let's get to the bottom of where this is really coming
You've
from.
caught
okay,
me.
Toby? Because
You've caught me.
no, it's a good point though. It's a good point. Like I could imagine, you know, me being 6'6" and jacked. I don't really have to worry about being alone at night on the streets, but I can imagine that for. I'm fucking around.
It's just 'cause you hear shit,
like
you know?
Anyone walking alone in the city,
Yeah,
you do feel it.
100%.
You're like,
You
man,
could- you could-
I'm actually in some danger on some level.
You could always throw gamer subs in their face. Just carry
Pocket
some
gamer
gamer
subs.
subs on you, pour some in your hand, give it a toss right into their eyes.
Yeah.
The caffeine will just go through their eyes into their bloodstream and then get them really jittery so that they lose control of their motor function. And then they fall over incapacitated because this product is just so good. They'll have multiple orgasms as they're convulsing on the ground. They'll actually have the best time of their life, but they're incapacitated and they can't further harm you. So if you also
right.
want to experience the magic of gamersubs, go to gamersubs.gg and use code Misfits for 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have, if you run out of money as well because you spend it all on gamer subs, you can always just loot the person that you've thrown it in the eyes of while they're convulsing and orgasming on the ground. You can just pat them down,
Press E.
take their wallet, use it to buy more gamer subs. Press E to search. Scroll through that inventory, ignore those cheeky needles, go straight for the money and the gamer subs, and then you're good to go. Yes, gamer subs, code Misfits, gamersubs.gg. Powering the podcast and powering you guys.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have the power, and it's all because of gamer subs.
Sure.
So, you know, vote for me and yeah, have a great 2021.
A vote for me is a
2021?
vote for progress.
Vote for progress. Anything else we want to talk about on this little show of ours,
Nah,
friends?
we'll get more stories next week and talk again.
All right, we'll do that. Mason, what are you going to do to get a story? Gonna fight someone, set up some fireworks, learn a language?
When is
I don't know.
Surely
Start
at
a
some point one of us is
band.
just going to murder someone, you know, just for the content.
Well, we already did that. Right? We had a whole episode about
true. My
process
bad.
of burying it.
Forgot about that.
Just do another
Yeah,
one.
we've
It's been
really
a year.
actually taken quite a lot off the list. We're running out of ideas, I think. We got to start doing something else. I don't know. Maybe it is time one of us murdered another person. We'll think about it and we'll revisit you guys with that idea next week. Thanks for listening and go fuck yourself. Goodbye.
Go fuck
Bye.
yourself.
Bye.